First referee, Mr. Lumer Pajarillo. Second referee, Miss Joy De Imus. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our defending champions of the Reinforced Conference, our Petro Gazz Angels. Let's begin with our game captain and guest player from the USA, Lindsay Vander Weyde. At number 2, Janelle Welch Cheng. Wearing jersey number 8, Aiza Pontillas. At number 9, Mary Remy Joy Palma. Number 12, Myla Pablo. And number 13, Mar Jana Phillips. Libero, number 1, Sheila Marie Pineda. Head coach, Mr. Ralph Benson Ricafort. And going for a grand slam, our Creamline Cool Smashers. Team captain wears jersey number 2, Alyssa Valdez. At number 12, Julia Melissa Morado de Guzman. Number 13, Celine Domingo. Number 14, Jeanette Panaga. Guest player from Turkey, Eliz Basa. And number 23, Jessica Margaret Galanza. Libero, number 11, Kyla Liana Atienza. Head coach, Mr. Sherwin Meneses. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board.
All right, we're ready to go here at the Phil Sports Arena. We're looking at a starting lineup of the Petro Gazz Angels, the defending champions, coming in at third into the semifinals, which at this point doesn't matter anymore. And the starting lineup of the team that is looking for the Grand Slam. The last 2 championships belong to them. Talking about Creamline Cool Smashers.
Well, familiar names. We've seen the starting 6 from both teams throughout the conference, so no surprises there.
They did meet in the preliminaries, as everybody did, and the Creamline Cool Smashers won that in 4 sets, 25-19, 16-25, 25-18, and an extended 27-25.
You know, prior to this the semifinals, Buma is actually looking at the past matches. Among the 4 teams in the semifinals, no match went straight sets. It was 4 or 5 sets.
Okay.
So it just goes to show the level of competition this semifinal.
Oh, that's what I said, diba, at our open, that yung ating mga pasahero sa ating semifinal bus are, you know, 3 of them are champion teams, and the other one, 2 bronze medals, and they're knocking at the door of a finals appearance, of their first finals appearance, talking about the Signal HD Spikers. So we expect nothing but quality competition and quality rallies, quality matches, maybe 5-setter here and there.
Hopefully, I would say hopefully.
Yeah, right? Semifinals na, we don't shy away from that stuff. We want only the best. Lumer Pajarillo, our first referee. Mary Joy Dimos, our second referee. And here we go. Semifinals are on. And Lindsay Vander Weyde will get us going.
That got you going. First ball to Boom Gonzalez.
I'm here. I'm ready. I'm just as ready as you are. First point going to Creamline.
Oh, Basa just using her head there, just dropping it, and Cheng could not handle that. Ooh.
First service error.
Well, that's one thing obviously we don't want to see in such, you know, especially in the semifinals and into the finals. We want to see very few service errors.
But a team like them, diba, high risk, high reward teams, and Petro Gazz, you heard the what MJ Phillips said that kakargahan nila yung mga serve nila because that's what F2 did also.
Right.
F2 did that to Creamline.
Yeah, and what also MJ Phillips said, no, the team that has better passing, will have a better chance of winning. Not for sure, but yeah, higher probability.
Blocking and service was a big thing for the Creamline loss. F2 did that very well. And you're talking about the #1 blocking team in the league. And they're in the lead right now, 2-1. The other thing I want to find out here, and kumbaga abangan ko dito personally, and I'm sure if you're a Creamline fan, is the health of Elise Basa.
Yeah.
And that shoulder, if which kept her out of that last match against Chocomucho in the final stages of that match. And that's why the conversation about Tots Carlos is going to be important because she might see more action because of that too.
Yeah.
So yan.
Of course, for their fans, they're hoping that little rest, that window of having to let her rest will be a big factor.
Correct. Let's go to Sam Perales and welcome her back into this conversation. Sam.
It's back to 0 for both of these teams, and the Petro Gazz Angels are just focusing on the present moment. They're not dwelling on their past loss, nor looking too far ahead. Now, Remy Palma tells me that they're at that point where she is ready to reap the fruits of their labor. She's been taking initiative to do extra strength and conditioning during the off-season so that their heartbreak from the Invitational Conference won't happen again. Rem says it's like a train and domino effect when teammates work hard and they get inspired to go the extra mile as well. She actually gave a special shout out to her gym buddy Marian Buitre and Gretchen Soltones for always doing extra drills in training. Now let's see if the seeds that they are planting will lead the Angels to greater heights. Back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Sam. It's not only you, it's not only them. I was chatting with Ishpol Borosa the last time, and he said that's one of the things that he noticed about this Petro Gazz Angels team, that their conditioning from Janelle Cheng to Chisaet, remember Remy Palma, and has really improved through the conferences.
And for some reason, we have to say every time it's a reinforced conference, Petro Gazz is a different team.
And a lot of it, of course, is their guest player, as said Domingo, gets her first point.
We talked about her in our pregame. You look forward really to that connection between the Guzman and San Domingo. That, throughout, for me, 2022, people look out for that because it has been so lethal. Oh, what a serve. Under wide and goes through the blockers.
And you did say, again, a lot of the success of Petro Gazz in the reinforced conference, they really choose their guest players well. And when I say that, it's not about just numbers, it's about the fit in the team, diba?
Yeah. That's why we don't really envy the jobs of the coaching staff when they choose a foreign guest player, because out of so many, you have to select one that will complement your team.
And in the case of other conferences before, dalawa pa nga.
Oh, yeah.
Vander Weide again getting the point there, 6-4. Nothing will be easy in the semifinal round for all these teams. This is no cakewalk phase.
Yeah.
Galanza rolls it to the other side. MJ keeps it alive.
Great save.
The fake by Domingo, and Galanza puts it away.
Pretty textbook volleyball for you for Creamline. Good pass, combination, and Gemma Galanza just goes through the blockers. And it's not easy. We're talking about Vander Weide and Remy Palma. That's how powerful she is.
The newly graduate, Celine Domingo.
And that's amazing how they can balance their professional, their pro life and their academics. So yeah, congratulations to her.
What an attack there, 7-5. Vander Weide was only limited to 11 points in that match against F2. And she was kind of like also holding back. It's always a tough balance when you're going through a non-bearing game. As you know, Noreen, dahil ayaw mo rin may ma-injure, di ba?
Also, it's a chance to get your bench some quality
Correct.
time.
Chance here for Creamline to attack. They're down 2 points.
Oh.
Make that 1.
Galanda looking good here for Creamline. And we always say, I mean, throughout this year also, the years this conference, when Gemma Galanda has got her A game going, that is really deadly for Creamline.
6 serving 7.
Whoa!
Why not? Like we said, high risk, high reward. The parents of Gia de Guzman in attendance.
Seems like they're not happy with that. They want a legitimate ace serve.
Cheng reverses to Van der Rijde. And they get to the technical timeout first. The defending champions do. Switch to Signal Postpaid for more super loaded bonding moments. Get free 3 months and more when you subscribe today. Call 8888-5555 now. 8-7 is our score. There at the Phil Sports Arena.
Well, so far in this, at least in this first set, the people we've been talking about, Vander Wide has been playing well, Gemma Galanda's playing well.
Oh. Pablo is checked.
Ooh.
But Aiza wasn't.
And you like that strategy, at the start of this conference, they've been using Jonas Abete, but towards the latter part,
Aiza na.
It's Aiza.
And delivering too.
Yeah.
Yun nga, sabi rin ng mga kaibigan natin dito, that seemed to have been a strategy that they learned from previous conferences na parang to save Aiza a little bit for the home stretch as Basa pounds the pavement with that one, and I think they're going to challenge this one, our first challenge of the semifinals.
Yeah, the linesman called it check ball, and Aiza Maizo was certain she did not.
There's a challenge by Petro Gazz.
Pretty early challenge,
Hey, it's the semifinals. Every point counts in the semifinals. As you know, the intensity goes up, the stress of the moment, the tension goes up.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that, but you have to realize you only have 2 challenges. And we've seen some matches hoping that they had one more at a crucial point, right? So, it is a risk.
Maybe because they are also confident. Let's see. Did the pinky hit? Oh, yes, apparently. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. They're challenging it. No, it's no. So there you go. No.
It was close, but it looked like the pinky didn't move from that slow-mo.
From that angle, at least, yes.
Yeah.
So they keep the challenge, and that's why they were confident. Or so they said. So 10-7, they keep the challenge, and they're up by 3. Because it was out.
Okay.
So the ball was out for Yanis, but they were challenging, diba, na the block touch. Binigay yung point sa Petro Gazz. Now they get it back 10-8. Sorry, even I'm confused. It must be the heat here in the Phil Sports Arena.
It's so
Banderide from behind.
Oh, what
Sent
a
back
dig.
by Atienza. Cross court by Puntillas. Valdez. Pineda. Creamline down by 1.
Well, good effort on both sides in terms of digging, keeping the ball alive. But at that play, overpass by Bang Pineda.
Nine serving 10.
Better pass.
Reverse to Aiza. Sent back. And it will be Creamline point.
We are tied.
All. Semi-final action between the defending champions and team won the last 2 championships here in the PVL and represented the country in a couple of international stints too.
Yeah. But you know, as you were saying that, I just wanted to say Eliza Valdez has developed her blocking, and that's going to be huge in their campaign.
Pablo swiping it to the other side. One-hand dig. Oh, Atienza with the save.
Oh!
But Janelle Cheng knew that Creamline was scrambling.
That was just so smart. We've seen that throughout this conference. Janelle Cheng just finding that perfect time to put it over.
Kaya naman si Rad, gusto niya talaga makita daw yung matchup nung De Guzman versus Cheng, di ba? Sabi niya sa pregame.
That is true.
Because that's a great matchup. 2 very different generations of setting. Actually, when you think about it, wala nang bata dito eh. You know what I mean? They're all veterans here. Just look at the people who are playing on the floor right now. So that's why you can really expect quality rallies here.
Yeah, and just a short comment about the setters. Really, for me, it's very refreshing that we're talking about other setters, because for so many years, it's been Gia Morado at that time, Kim Fajardo, and then now you hear Chel Cayuna, you hear Janelle Cheng.
Right.
I mean, it just goes to show that the sport here in our country has been improving.
Or in the case of Janelle or Chi in previous
Also,
conferences, a re-emergence.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah.
Cheng goes to MJ. She says she's ready for the day. She looks like it too.
And that's another great matchup. Celine Domingo against MJ Phillips at the net.
12 serving 11.
What a close first set we're having.
As expected. Bump set to Eliza.
Oh, still alive.
Chance for Creamline to counter. Domingo puts it away.
Again, we talked about that connection. Something special for Creamline. Aiza Pontiles trying to keep it alive.
Of course, when I say wala nang bata dito, please don't take that the wrong way. I meant in terms of volleyball experience in the PVL.
I think one of the younger ones, just to clarify.
Sila said.
Sila Lori Bernardo.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, though, I was talking about the ones who are playing right now.
Right.
Mga vets na eh.
Good
One
save.
more chance here for Eliza to get it off the blockers. De Guzman, pinabawi ang kanyang dancing partner.
We've seen that connection throughout the years.
7 championships together, Noreen, college and the PVL.
Never grows old.
And still looking for more.
Oh, what a serve.
Oh, what a spot by Cheng again.
You know, if you can test her volleyball IQ, for me, Janelle Cheng should be, one of the top grosser there. What decision-making for Janelle Cheng.
Yeah, and cool, no? Yung
Cool,
walang tell
Yes.
dun sa gagawin eh. Cheng, nobody there. So Pineda sends it back. Gia to Sed.
Oh,
Aiza with a great dig. Valdez
oh!
hanging and hitting.
Yeah, targeting MJ Phillips' hands there. Look at that. 2 blockers, but not a problem for Eliza Valdez.
These attackers here on both sides have seen it all.
No, and you know one thing I like about players like Eliza, they've been through their struggles. The fans have seen that. You know, it's not perfect conferences,
Yeah.
but it's how you bring yourself back the next one.
MJ, she will be important for Petro Gazz, maybe even a game changer.
Yeah, I agree. She has to be huge today. She has to put in the numbers, like I said, not 6, at least around 10, 12.
Phillips is right in the top 10 of serving too, right there at the edge at 10. Things that she has improved in her stint here, as she has found a home here at Petro Gazz.
Yeah. And not to mention the position that she's playing.
Yep. But as I say that,
Commentaries curse, why don't you?
never learn. Risa Sato, who played very well against Choco Mucho the last time. She started for Sed Domingo in that match. Sed Domingo finished off Choco Mucho.
Goes to show the depth of their bench. You still have a Risa Sato. Oh!
Another one.
Another one, another error, and another commentary curse, as we were talking about her.
But I wasn't talking about her serving naman. So okay,
Yeah,
excuse tayo.
It's her fault.
All on her.
All on her.
Gia reverses to Yalis.
Wow. Wow.
16-15, it is Creamline ahead. That's a UAP Season 85 cheer dance competition as the 8 cheering squads from all 8 universities perform on December 10 at the Mall of Asia Arena. Watch the action live on the UAP Varsity channel and on One Sports starting at 4 p.m. Hashtag Rise as One. Boom Gonzalez, Noreen Go with you. Sam Corrales roving the Phil Sports Arena. I hope she's staying cool wherever she is also.
It is impossible.
It's right now, yes. And you know what? We joke about it. We joke about the heat today. And hopefully it will get cooler. But I don't know if that might spell a difference to the players also later in a hot venue. So we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully tayo lang maapektuhan. Sila okay na.
No, I'm sure because they practice in, you know, probably hotter conditions. That
For sure, yes.
your thoughts go out to the foreign players more than the locals. But again, I'm sure their bodies have adapted.
3-point lead, so that's why Coach Roderick Fort will call a timeout right away because 3 points in a match like this is huge.
So, ikot tayo ha. So, pasta lang, so pasta lang.
One pass, let's go! Ate, pasensya! Sige, putol momentum lang yun! Let's go! Angels!
It's one of those matches, Noreen, that you get like a mini run, a 2-0, 3-0 mini run, and it just might spell the set.
Yeah, totally agree. That's a great timeout coming off that second technical timeout because you're right. They don't want the momentum to totally shift to Creamline.
Biggest lead of the set.
Well, full front row right now for Creamline.
De Guzman will set to Galanza, Panaga, and Basa, who gets to that ball. Uy, sumabit ang kamay.
It's an opportunity for Petro Gazz. We weren't sure where the ball was going to land, but Aiza Pontillas got to that. Look at
19-15. Oh, and then she scrapes the net. So our mop boys are working extra hard too because of the humidity. Gonna be a lot of slick spots.
There's going to be a lot of lulls here
Maybe, yeah.
because of that.
Gia continues to serve.
Great serve.
It's a good first ball by Bangdo, but they get it back, and Panaga guides it to the other side, dumps it to the middle. Remy Palma thinks she committed the catch and throw violation.
She may have a point there. It looked like it stayed in Panaga's hand for longer than it should have.
And
But
by the sorry, this is a 5-0 run, Noreen, already.
yeah,
We were tied at 15 all. This time Atienza was quick to it.
oh, whoa, what a dig!
Chance ball. Valdez digging. Galanza spiking.
Oh!
Hanging and banging.
I mean, if you have Eliza Valdez digging the way she's digging, diving for the ball, if you're Gemma Galanza, you just want to put it away.
6-0 run.
Well, Petro Gazz got to find some stops here. You don't want Creamline to roll to 25.
Gia has been camping at the service deck. And Petro Gazz, finally the run is over, but not for their own doing. Let's see if they can string up some points here.
Well, now they should take the cue from that error for Gia Morado de Guzman. They want to string up a couple of points here.
Pasa is rejected by Palma. 2 straight points by Petro Gazz.
I was going to say, that's one. Well, we talked about Rem Palma and how she's been playing this conference. Really, she has raised her game. She has raised the bar for herself.
Pasa again.
Ooh.
Hits the antenna. 3 straight points. Coach Sherwin contemplating and pushing the timeout buzzer.
Kailangan sobrang kagandahan yung bola. Ha? Banks!
No problem, no problem.
Tutulungan kasi natin si Ellis dito na maliit yung block. Yellow. So, pumasok ka lang na maganda kahit walang receive. Ha? Yaman, doon ka lang sa pera. Expected na mapupunta yung receive sa inyo.
Yeah, yes.
Let's go, Ellis. No problem.
Okay, next.
Hey, Creamline!
6-0 run by Creamline, countered by a 3-0 run by Petro Gazz.
Well, scoring obviously in spurts here towards the 20s and the latter part of this first set.
31-18 is the score here in the first set. Right on top. At the service zone.
Lindsay
For the Angels.
van der Weide
Best player in the team.
back serving. She was looking forward to this matchup, wanting to get back at Creamline from the preliminary 4-set loss. And they have another chance here to counter. Pablo, cross court, that is in, says the linesman.
Clip the line, yes, and Pablo also has been playing so well this conference.
But they're going to challenge this one. Talking about Sherwin Meneses, ball in, the ball out challenge. What did you see? Did you see it? Was it too fast?
No, it's actually the A board in front of us actually
Disrupted
blocked.
your... Patatanggal ko nga yan na para lang kay Noreen.
The problem is the players can go straight to us.
I got you, Noreen. I got you.
Ah, thank you.
It is in.
But that's close though. I mean, for a player like Atienza to even doubt that it could have been out, that was really close.
Bilis din kasi ng palo ni
Yes.
Pablo.
Yeah.
4-0 counter run now by Petro Gazz after the Gia de Guzman service error.
Good serve.
Over the block. Oh, there was a touch. Myla says she didn't touch it. Raul Ricafort doesn't want to challenge. Okay, now he decides to challenge.
Net touch. Yeah. You know, the problem with that is a lot of players during the actual rally, they don't really realize
Sometimes,
that they scrape. Sometimes even the hair.
Right. Because of the action, the quickness, the adrenaline, all of these things. Meron minsang tama. And I've asked players about that sometimes, and they don't realize it also.
Yeah.
Until, but that's why we have this now, the challenge system.
And the net did move, right? I mean, someone went into the net.
I don't know. Ang bilis na masyado ng pangyayari, Noreen.
Thank you for the challenge.
I will. Okay, we're...
Touch, unsuccessful sila.
Were we able to watch the challenge?
When they review, let us.
They did review it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check.
Check one, two.
Check.
Challenge is inconclusive. The judgment of the first referee prevails. Due to the power failure.
We're back inside the Phil Sports Arena, and we apologize to our TV audience as there was a power surge in the venue, and that affected everything, including the challenge system. So just to update everyone, the challenge was won by Creamline. The point will go to Creamline, or the challenge was lost, right, by the way, by Petro Gazz. And Creamline will get the point. So we are at 22-19. And I believe the challenge system is back and rebooted.
Yeah.
And so is everything in the venue, I believe. So we play on now.
Back to the game.
Creamline versus Petro Gazz.
Oh!
What a dig by Cheng. But Valdez kills the rally with a swing.
You know, that's really the story behind the Creamline's offense. Everyone is a threat.
Got a timeout here as the lead is now at 4.
Timeout, Petro Gazz Angels.
Tigil momentum lang ha. Same play tayo. Diba? Nakaraan sa harap. Ha? Ulit, May, pag alangan galing sa parang tabasa. Pwede mag-reset. Kung hindi kaya palunin. Same area. Sa'yo ka lang mag-reset.
Okay. Sa akin yan, black.
Go tayo, go. Tigil ko lang.
Let's go. Layo pa yan, layo pa. Guys, Angels. Layo ako.
So much going on here in this first set, but we are at 23-19. Creamline recovering after the 4-0 counter run of Petro Gazz.
Yeah, and again, that's been the story actually of Creamline in this conference. You know, it wasn't perfect. They had one loss. They were challenged in a couple of games, but it's how they bounce back. That's really the story behind Creamline. That's why they're #1 coming in the semifinals. Chance.
Panaga slices it, and it's in. And we are at set point.
Yeah, how quickly Creamline had raced to set point after Petro Gazz actually was, chasing, making it like a 2-3 point game, but Creamline again with the answers.
Service. Galanza.
Galanza serving. Pablo asking for it, but it's Van der Weide. And she goes out. But with a touch.
Well, that's take it, breathe. Save one set point.
Need a couple of free points here, maybe even for Petro Gazz if they can get from the service deck.
Well, they have to serve tough, obviously.
They go to Eliza.
That's one good serve, though.
Pasa. Chance here for Petro Gazz for the counter. And Pablo gets it off the blockers.
It's 1 point for Petro Gazz. You like the way they kept in that rally, and Mayna Pablo using the blockers.
They go to Nicole Tiamzon here to serve. Remy Palma will sit down. She will serve and be one of the sweepers also on defense. As they're gonna sit Remy Palma first, and Creamline will call a timeout.
Yeah, nasa gitna kayo, di ba? Nasa gitna kayo. Hey, ito si Eliza. Ito, kaya palitan natin. Kahapon ni-review natin to eh.
Yes, sir.
Di ba?
Opo, para hindi na kayo.
So, ikaw kukuha nito. Si Liza, ito lang kukunin. Panigurado naman dito pupunta, hindi kay Gemma. Pero expect to, expect.
Ready.
Pag
Okay,
naka-counter,
yes, 1 point.
let's go.
Energy girls! Hey, Creamline!
Ah, sa to, ah.
All right, 2 straight points by Petro Gazz. So Coach Sherwin calls the timeout.
And these are pressure serves for Nicole Tiamzon.
Just 3 points for the Angels to tie this first set.
So another set point.
Oh, good serve.
Tiamzon goes to Valdez again, who goes back. And Creamline will take set number 1. Valdez receives. She goes to her launching pad and gets the point off the blockers. 1-0 for the Grand Slam seeking Creamline Cool Smashers. (25-21) is our first set. It's 37 minutes to decide, including the lulls, including the challenges. That's what the semifinals is all about. Every point is sacred here in the PVL semifinal phase. All right, tell me about your impressions of that first set.
It was really close from the start up to around the 10s and 11s and 12s. Both teams obviously following their game plan to a T, you know, trying to serve well. It wasn't perfect, but it was a close match up until Creamline just started to flow, their offense flowing. Then here come Petro Gazz challenging, keep it. I think the lead went down to 2, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3. But then, like I said in that first set, it's how Creamline just finds an answer for the Petro Gazz rally. Let's look at some numbers in terms of attacks, just by 3 in favor of Creamline. Blocking is even at 1. Aces, Creamline serving better, obviously, in the first set. Opponent's errors, that's pretty decent. 3 for Petro Gazz and 5 for Creamline. Pretty good set. But really, Creamline just always had the answer. That 18 points in terms of attacks always would come at the right time when Petro Gazz is chasing. But for Petro Gazz, gotta forget the first set and focus on the second.
All right, they lost in the preliminary round in 4 sets. They don't want that to happen today. Well, right now they have no choice but to try to extend this match maybe to 4 or 5 if they want to upend the team that came in to the semifinals with a 7-1 record.
Right, I think also we were talking about Lindsay van der Weide prior to this match, and I feel she's got to get a lot of sets here. They're used to her scoring in the 27s per game, so you got to give her, you know, that time to actually try to dominate.
She has 5 so far today. Phillips has 4. Valdez is the one that is leading everybody with 8.
Not surprised.
Built on 7 attacks. And again, as we've seen in the last couple of conferences, you now see Alyssa ramp up her game as the tournament goes on. Diba? Semi-finals and finals, obviously. She has been even unfairly criticized in the preliminary rounds of the other tournaments, remember? Because, oh, wala na ba talaga? Parang ganun na lang ba yung laro niya? And then eventually semi-finals and finals hit, and she's there again. But the great thing about her, as you said earlier, and as a lot of our friends have said here in the broadcast, she has tweaked the other departments of her game. Blocking and digging and serving as Galanza gets the first point of van der Weide.
Yeah, that really is a characteristic that makes her a great player because, yeah, you know, her offense might have, you know, slowed down a bit before the previous conference, but you're right. The way she just worked on her craft and digging and
more all around,
yeah, more all around, which makes her a better player.
Gia de Guzman. Inside. In the middle to Remy Palma, surprising them with that attack.
Yeah, it's a great set, great connection between Cheng and Palma. You want to see more of that. Also, even as we say, they should give a lot of sets to van der Weide. You want to get the middles involved. You have to establish them to actually free up van der Weide.
Second set action later on. Signal HD Spikers, who made it to the 4th spot on the semifinals versus the Cherry Tigo Crossovers at number 2 after the semifinals.
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one. Sabi ko nga sa intro, kahit na anong araw, kahit na anong matchup, asahan nyo na.
Yeah.
It will be fireworks.
Oh,
Valdez again, taking a look, assessing the defensive setup, yung defense pattern. Sumilip, tumalon, and then drops it. Perfect touch.
well, she disguised that really well. She was going for the strong hit, so the time that she'll just, like you said, perfect touch. Nobody there.
Yeah, one of the best. I think, as you see this ace from Gemma, I think Maiza Pontillas and Eliza Valdez have the best parang fake approach tapos going into a drop.
That's true.
Bentang-benta yung swing. Tiamzon will come back this time for Myla Pablo as they have now had problems receiving. Talking about Petro Gazz.
Well, the person who just sat also is one player who can
do that too.
do that drop.
Cross from Tiamzon. Pipe attack from Gemma. Wow, 5-1.
Okay.
Gananza, by the way, with 7 points on her own.
Well, Creamline has been so successful in distributing the ball. That's the craftsmanship of Gia de Guzman, getting everyone involved. Yes, more people will get more sets, but everyone will get a touch.
And she was telling me prior to the semifinals, she was saying the challenge in Creamline is the fact that she has those 2 spikers in her team have the same set.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying. Let's go to Sam Corrales right now.
Ano na magagawa? Same pattern pa rin naman tayo. I-reset nyo lang. Sana huwag namamadali din natin. Pabilis ako pa rin ng alanganan. Nagalit pa rin tayo. Stop lang tayo.
Okay, let's go. Tsaga. Ibang tsaga. Let's go. Patience. Yon! Patience, okay? Petro Gazz Angels!
All right, Sam.
Yes, there's no doubt that this is definitely an unusual environment for the teams right now, as the temperatures were quite high when we started this first set. Now over at the Creamline side, you could really see team officials preparing ice packs for the athletes during the timeouts, putting it on their necks for them to maintain their cool. Meanwhile, speaking of Gia de Guzman, she told me before this game that they have the mindset of staying ready for anything, whether that's switching positions or adjusting mid-game. Now the Cool Smashers really took some time to have moments of stillness, and this ritual is super important for them, so let's see how they will maintain their composure for the remainder of this second set. Back to the panel.
So far, so good. 7-1 for Creamline. If you're a Petro Gazz fan, you're a little bit concerned because this is a complete momentum shift here at the start of the second set.
Yeah, jittery moments actually for Petro Gazz. You know that Creamline's on a roll, but you cannot be just, tiptoeing. You have to be sure with what you're doing. You cannot doubt yourself.
Let me just expound on what the conversation was about Gia and her spikers. She was saying, like, for example, she was telling me, iba yung slide ni Risa sa slide ni Panaga, sa slide ni ng ibang mga players sila. So, it's very different setting. And then, for 9 years, she tells me, she's so used to fast and low setting, and then you bring in Yelis Basa, who is very, very tall, so she has to adjust to that too. 8-2 is the score. We will be back. Follow my team, Gilas Pilipinas. Watch and support Gilas Pilipinas live in the 2023 FIBA World Basketball World Cup 2023 Follow My Team Pass Philippines is now available to give you access to all 5 Gilas Pilipinas games in the preliminary round. Purchase your tickets via register.worldcup.basketball. #win for all. 8-2.
Well, just to add while we're waiting for the service, when you're talking about a setter, I feel a setter's role is really service. You know, it's to be a good setter, you have to learn your teammates and you have to serve them what they want. You want to make them look good. That's how you become a good setter. That's that.
You set the table for everybody else. 8-3. And we have some great setters playing today in the first and second game.
Oh, yeah.
Na iba-iba ang mga strengths. Pasa. No coverage. Atienza couldn't get to it.
Well, that's back-to-back points for Petro Gazz. That's what you want coming off that technical timeout.
Speaking of conditioning, a job that they've done also to Aiza Puntillas, who is serving right now.
Yeah.
You know, for Petro Gazz, diba? As she continues to prolong her professional career. Seth Domingo, who will definitely have a very long professional volleyball career.
A long, illustrious career.
Look at that swing.
Look at that serve.
Ganda ng bawi ni MJ Phillips, cutting that lead to 4.
But you can sense, you know, for Petro Gazz right now, at least here in the second set, they need to settle down. I always say they need to settle down because, you know, it's like they're playing tentative. Right now, they have to be, you know, definite of what they do.
Gia, back set. Pasa, rejected. Read well by Van der Heijden.
One-on-one, and Van der Heijden gets the better of that. That's a great start. You know, that's supposedly for Petro Gazz. That will boost your confidence in here in the second set.
Best blocking team in the league. Tiamzon continues to serve and continues to give it to Eliza. Somebody touched the net. That's unfortunate because Pineda was there to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, every time we see a great thing and then the whistle blows. Oh, come on, it's a net touch.
For this, 9 points on 8 attacks and the block.
Better pass.
Good job by Lindsay Van der Heijden. 7 points for her.
Yeah, you know, this could be actually a pretty good rotation for Petro Gazz because you have Gia Morado. I'm not saying she's short, but Gia Morado's in front manning.
She's the short test.
Short test.
For them,
yeah,
in terms of blocking.
Correct. So, you know, Van der Heijden could try to exploit that.
Galanza! Hanging and bagging.
Boy, the way she elevates, really always a pretty sight to see. Look at that.
Full swing. Talk about poetry in motion.
Yeah. Finesse.
That's it.
Ooh. Boy.
Coach Rouse is looking at the scoreboard and down 5 here.
That's what we're saying. They always seem to find an answer every time Petro Gazz tries to chase. Talking about Creamline.
Set back serving. Goes to the same corner. Bang will send it to Van der Heijden.
Oh, good dig.
And a chance to counter.
Oh!
13-7.
Yeah, but what about that dig by Seth Domingo? I love it when I see middle blockers go for that dig. And we've seen a lot from like Laxina, and then, you know, you have a Seth Domingo in an important game just doing the same.
Biggest lead of the match, 6. Back to her. Great instinct there, reflexes. Carranza sends it over. Cheng goes for the second ball.
Oh, it's still alive.
Good pickup by Creamline. Lindsay asking for it. That quick swing by Lindsay.
You know, actually, Panaga read well. She wasn't deceived by Rem Palma's slide. She really went for Van der Weyde, but Van der Weyde did a smart thing in going over the blockers.
They continue to check out the slick spots here. There are a lot of them, as now it's starting to cool down here at the Phil Sports Arena. 8 will be serving 13. If you just tuned in, Creamline taking set number 1.
Well, if you look at this rotation for Petro Gazz, I think this is the perfect time for them to chase.
Carranza cuts it and overcuts and overcooks it.
Well, a rare error there on the side of Creamline. So again, that's what we say. If you're Petro Gazz, this is the momentum you've been waiting for. You got to build.
Maaga pa naman sa set. Gia. Oh, they get the ball back. Carranza. Access denied.
That's a wall there erected by Rem Palma and Pontillas.
Timeout. Creamline. Coach Sherwin, as his lead is down to 3.
Gitna to. Parang sa gitna to ah. Pwede ko naman mag-receive in back row.
Okay, coach. Okay, get one, ha?
Huwag lang, hindi naman maiilang. Sanay naman siya dun sa back row sa ano.
Kabila. Yes.
Medyo mahaba ang palo kasi si Maiso. Oh.
We'll double times half floor.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Hey, Creamline!
Happy!
1-0, 13-10. It's all been Creamline since that 15-15 mark. Doon nagbago yung ihip ng hangin para sa Creamline. They had a 6-0 run that changed it all.
But if you're Petro Gazz, you have to be happy that you have decreased this lead to just 3.
And a chance to counter.
Yep.
Lindsay adjusting. So does Galanza. They go back to Lindsay. Pasa knew it was coming. Gia looking at Gemma. That's out.
Oh, they call a check.
Yes. It was.
I was looking at Coach Sherwin. He didn't know the linesman signaled the check ball. He was going to challenge it.
Brand new set. They have challenges, a set of challenges again.
Oh, what a serve. What a serve.
Remember, that's where they got that 6-point lead earlier.
Right.
Basa delays the attack. That's a tough proposition for Bang Pineda.
Oh, good effort though by Janelle Cheng, really trying to keep that ball alive.
But another 5-point lead here. 2 straight points for Creamline.
Oh, another good one.
Lindsay,
Yeah,
what an approach.
that's what they need. You know, they want somebody to step it up in terms of offense. That's a start again for Petro Gazz.
And somebody else has also got to help Lindsay here if they want to come back in this match.
Yeah, agree.
Gia will bump it to Basa on the other end. Bang chases. Tiamzon cross. Gia back set to Gemma. Gemma with a tip. Check ball. Chance ball rather. Gemma. Good instinct there by Palma. Nicole is blocked.
Good cover.
Aiza. Coverage by Gemma. Yellow close to the net. Long rally here in the second set. And it is Aiza Portillas who ends it with a long ball.
Well, you're right. I think that's one of the longer, if not the longest rally in this set so far. And it favors Petro Gazz. They have to be happy with that.
Gemma Galanza will move out, but Carlos comes back in. 12 serving 15.
And you did mention, if you have a Tots Carlos coming off the bench, what a luxury.
Gia running.
Oh.
Run and gun. Banaga gets them to the technical timeout.
Super excited ako sa match between Creamline and Petro Gazz. Lalong-lalo na yung match-up ni Cheng and then ni Gia Morado. So, alam kong silang dalawa sobrang talino maglaro. And yun, kung sino yung dominant sa kanila, yun yung talagang feeling ko mananalo. And yung diskarte talaga, sobrang hanga ako sa dalawang setter na yun.
The biggest basketball event in 2023 is coming to the Philippines. Purchase your FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 Ultimate Finals Fan Pass and get access to the much anticipated FIBA World Cup 2023 Championship game, along with the battle of third place, semifinals, quarterfinals. Visit register.worldcup.basketball for more details. Hashtag win for all.
Oh, you were saying that, Gemma Galanza back in for Tots Carlos. Pretty short stint.
16-12. Remy. It's not good enough. Gemma easily taking it. Nobody wanted to take that.
Oh, what a save by Pineda.
Jumps on. Atienza will dig past it to Yellow.
Ooh.
Cheng has been solid on the digging part. Portillas, tough angle.
What a great angle. Her choice of shot there. There's just finding that and getting a point for Petro Gazz. Look at that. Look at that.
Hirap nun.
Banaga was there. And she was able to elude Banaga.
Serving for the Angels.
13-16. Can Petro Gazz string enough points to come back?
Oh.
That's not going to help.
Not at all. Again, that's why you don't want to see these service errors, especially when you're in that position that you're the one chasing your opponent.
Back to a 4-point lead. First game of our semifinal matchup today. 4 service errors for both teams, but it is Creamline that has 6 more aces still.
And the hitting error at the side of Petro Gazz adding to their woes.
Lead back to 5 then.
That's been the trend here. We'll go up to 5, go down to 2, 3. Great serve.
Aiza again. Sherwin trying to join in the fun.
The football. The World Cup.
18-14 is our score.
Well, you know, you can sense also right now, Aiza Portillas has got a hot hand and maybe she take advantage of that.
Oh, what a set! Gia de Guzman continues her wizardry.
one-handed set, you know, paving the way for that one-on-one, and set Domingo all over that.
Petro Gazz looking a little disorganized here.
Oh, good dig.
Bump set to Nicole. Then blocking of Creamline coming into play now.
From offense to defense.
And that's not even their strength. They're 7th in the league in blocking. Some changes here. Marian Buitre will come in for Janelle Cheng. Aiza will move out for Chi Sayat. Myla Pablo will come back for Nicole Tiamzon.
And I heard it from the grapevine. It's Chi Sayat's birthday today.
Is it? Happy
Yes.
birthday. Another veteran setter.
Well, they're hoping she will be inspired here in her stint here in the second set.
They're also hoping for more service errors for Creamline. That's 5 for them.
Boy, that's a lot of service errors in a set.
5 for them, 4 for Petro Gazz, but they have 6 service aces to none on Petro Gazz, and that has been also a big difference.
Yeah, that's an offset, great offset.
Said this time they were there, but hands were not in position to send it back. 21-15, it has all been Creamline.
I'm out. Angels.
Pag hindi naman, tama naman yung tatay natin. Ha? Anim lang. Abot tayo. Ipasa muna. Unahin natin.
Angels!
Six-point advantage for the Cool Smashers in the second set. Team captain, Eliza Valdez, serving.
Creamline 21-15, back from this Petro Gazz timeout. Sayat, Phillips floating in the air for that one.
Yeah, totally catching the defense of Creamline by surprise. You know, it's these ad-libs, these drops. Those are the ones that can actually score.
MJ Phillips serving. Petro Gazz 16, Creamline 21.
Good serve.
Calanza in the middle with that scissor play by Creamline. Gia back to set.
Oh.
Pablo was able to get a hand on it.
And that's what they need. It's all they needed.
Gemma again. This time, positioning of the hands of Remy Palma was correct. Redirecting her power.
Yeah, that's a great stop for Petro Gazz.
17 serving 21.
You need to serve tough.
Yellow with a push. MJ was there. Lindsay put some force into it. Cheat goes to Remy. Remy.
Whoa!
It's on the side of Creamline. Gemma rolls it.
Come
How
on.
smart. That is so smart. She knew because of the nature of the rally that everybody was converging in front. And what a touch by the Laguna native.
You know, what you said is exactly as it is. Gemma Galanza just using her smarts and changing things up. And, you know, she just wanted to end that rally.
Negrito comes in now. And Michelle Gumaba, who always provides some instant offense for Creamline. A save.
Ooh.
They have to reorganize on defense because Michelle is there. Like I said, instant offense.
What did you just say?
Always. You know, talk about accepting roles. We talked to Tots Carlos about that. She's the ultimate example in the last conferences here for Creamline.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, totally agree. Tots Carlos, Michelle Gumabaw. More often than not, instant offense. Case in point.
Service error number 6 for Creamline.
Up here, Petro Gazz, you want one last push here as Creamline is at 23.
What has to improve from the Petro Gazz side?
I think they're pretty disorganized in terms of their offensive flow, not much combination plays. It's very individual volleyball for you. As you can see in Creamline, you know, a lot of communication going on. That's what Petro Gazz needs right now. Go back to basics and use communication.
Negrito and Gumabaw move out. They've done their job, and they got them into set point. And it's time for the finishers.
And they have a full front row. Talking about Creamline.
Gia will set to Gemma, to Yellow, and Pangs.
Oh.
Can afford one. That's her 7th.
Well, had that gone in, Petro Gazz will call for justice. Where is justice? Good serve.
Gia sets it up for Yellow. Yellow is sent back on a spot where nobody could cover.
Good stop though for Petro Gazz. We did say they're the #1 blocking team. They obviously have to use that to their advantage.
Good first ball. Pinabawi. Ayun na nga. In classic Gia de Guzman fashion, she goes back to her attacker. Yellow pasa from the open left pin side. Puts it away as Creamline pockets 2 sets. Petro Gazz, none.
You're so fine, oh Creamline, I'll be yours till the end of time. Nowhere to go but gas up. Happiness signal, awesome! Charity go crossovers, vroom vroom, skirt skirt.
It's day 1 of the semifinals for your Heart of Volleyball, Premier Volleyball League, and the Creamline Cool Smashers looked focused, they looked primed, and they're showing it also in terms of the way they are playing offense and defense, Noreen.
Yeah, they're showing us really why they entered the elimination round at 7-1. You know, I mean, they constantly find the answers to Petro Gazz. They're playing patient and they're playing as a cohesive unit. It is so evident. But if we shift to Petro Gazz, I really feel like we said in the second set, very individual volleyball. They need to come together. They need to draw strength from each other if they want to win this 3rd set, because it's imperative that they win this 3rd set to force fourth set.
Okay, you talked about the intangibles. As we look at the numbers here, what about schematics-wise, what has to change for Petro Gazz?
Well, really for me, I think that they need to go to what their strengths are, what brought them really here to the semifinals. What are their strengths? They use their blocking, you know, they have to communicate, and really try to encourage each other more, use their skills, their advantages. Really, that's huge. I mean, we have to give it to them. They're playing against a really tough team in Creamline who's looking really good. But what are you gonna do about it? Are you just gonna roll over, or you're gonna fight? Because we lack that fight. We didn't see it in the first and second set, and that's what they have to bring out here in the third set.
Let's see, no game is won in 2 sets, as everybody knows here in volleyball, and we've seen a lot of comebacks, but it has to start with the third set, and Creamline is very tough when they have a lead. Obviously, they're one of the best, if not the best, protecting a 2 sets to love lead.
And what you like also from Creamline, everyone's contributing. It's not just Basa. You know, it's Valdez, everyone in the fold.
Well, that's all Gia de Guzman too. You said setters are there to serve, and she's serving up and making everybody happy today.
Yes.
Basa this time. So in that sequence, Galanza, Panaga, and Basa.
I saw the reaction of Yellow Basa after that fist pump. That's how focused, obviously, they are. And she is in today's game.
At tama ka, nakapahinga, no? She's one of the more senior guest players we have in the league. And the rest might have done her well in terms of getting her shoulder right, if that was the issue. As she sends that one to the net. 1-all for Petro Gazz and Creamline. Basa has 7 points so far. Creamline is led by the 9 of, the 12 of Galanza and the 9 of Valdez.
And she's telling you that when she's about to hit, she doesn't want to be talked about.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Oh, good serve.
Gia to Eliza. Good instinct, good reflex by MJ, but a chance to counter again. And the power of Yellow Basa.
And the celebration after that.
I remember asking Gia when Yellow Basa came into town. I said, "Oh, tell me about your birth." The first thing she said, lakas. Sabi niya, lakas. She's so strong now during training. She does her own weight training separate from the team. And Gia says, akala ko mabigat na yung weights training namin. Mas matindi pa pala.
Oh, really?
Ang sabi niya, mas matindi pa daw yung kay Reese. So she does it separately.
And it's paying off, obviously.
Hey. According to Gia.
No, that's what we want. That's why I love actually the Reinforced Conference, because you see the ethics, the work ethics of these foreign guest players, and we learn from that.
Let's learn some more from Sam Corrales this time.
Despite her long career here in the volleyball pros, Aiza Pontillas tells me that she is still trying to find her confidence on the floor. Whenever Janelle Cheng sets her up, she is working on making sure to convert that into a point. Now, Aiza says she has been quite used to the sets of her fellow veteran, Mommy Chi Saet. But that connection and communication is what Aiza and the Angels have been working on to sustain their campaign here in the semis. Back to the panel.
Yeah, they're hoping for that to start now here. Dahil yung 2 sets, all they did, well, most of the time they were trying to catch up, Sam. So they're hoping for that connection to be better here at the start of the third, so that sila naman ang makaabante.
And well, they're looking good here with just 3 apiece.
Jonas Abete now coming in for the first time here for Petro Gazz. Philip swipes it over. Gemma, high ball. Bang. Sends it to Lindsay, who rolls it over. Easy point.
Well, they finally claim the lead here in the third set. They lead by a point. And that's how they have to build from, you know, where they build from. Good serve.
Chance here for Petro Gazz. But they give the ball away. And Valdez will not waste the opportunity. Finds a crack in that wall.
It's like You know, it's like when you're in the zone, and even if there are two blockers in front of you, you don't see them. She just goes for it, goes through them, the blockers.
She's seen all types of coverages already, obviously.
All sizes as well.
MJ rejected. A chance here to set. Oh! And even that works for De Guzman, who, by the way, that scores her 4th point here in this match.
I mean, that's how great she is. She's not really known for the joust, but come on, that's against Van der Weyden.
3 aces for her and then a point there. Sabete receiving. Lindsay. Good soft block by Creamline to give them a chance here to attack. Back to Gemma. Gemma again.
Oh, good stop, good coverage.
Back set to yellow. Chance for Petro Gazz. Ang baba! But it worked!
Again, that's what you need, no? These changes. Unexpected sets.
Now this looks like more the way the first set started,
Yeah.
diba? Palitan lang tayo ng puntos until we hit that 15 all mark.
And you, like, in that first set, you don't know who has control. It's like neck and neck, really.
That is wide.
Oh, you're hoping, especially for the Petro Gazz fans, they're hoping momentum will finally shift jerseys to the red side.
MJ. Gia, pinitin yung set para kay Galanza. It's good decision by Pontillas to send it over kasi third ball na yun eh. Eliza from the pipe.
Oh, good dig. Oh,
Kitang-kita yung palo ni Remy. Gia chooses Sed. And Sed chooses to put it away.
come on. I mean, she's just always ready when her team needs her. You know, we've seen this so many times in so many games. Long rallies, give it a set.
Well, even in that Choco Mucho match, he was the one who finished that match with, I think, 3 straight points, or at least made the difference in the end.
Just so quick and so crafty.
She has become that.
Yes.
Yeah. Second service error for her. And they give away a point to Petro Gazz as Cheng will serve 7-6.
And we would say this is a strong front line for Petro Gazz. Whoa!
Oh, what a pancake save by Gia. Lindsay, quick on the swing. Galanza. Good length there by Isa Pontilla, sending it back. So they get to the technical timeout ahead. That's for Sed Domingo, the aforementioned Sed Domingo, for those of you who missed our pregame. Completing her studies while playing professional volleyball. Congratulations, congratulations to Sed and her family, of course.
Congratulations.
Because,
I like that.
because that's a family celebration, of course, and a family achievement din.
Yeah, and again, You know, it's not easy to balance your academics with you know, just sports.
And most of them are done already, by the way. They're done with school. But as I said in the pregame, there are some who are completing
Some
their
units.
studies while, yes, their units while playing professional. Point for Lindsay van der Weide, her 10th point. A girl who averages a little under 27 a game.
Well, it's a good sign for Petro Gazz. You're ahead by 2. Oh, and good serve.
Pasa!
Ooh, good dig.
Pineda has been solid. Soft block. Delaying that one, giving a chance for Gemma. 2-point lead for Petro Gazz. Cheng had to adjust. Was that beyond the antenna? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, that would have brought the house down. Especially for the fans of Petro Gazz. But yeah, I mean, it was beyond the antenna, like you said.
Sorry, let me correct myself. The average of van der Weide was 27 before the F2 match.
Right.
So her average coming into the semifinals is 23. Bumagsak ng konti because she only scored 11 in the F2 match, which was, to be fair to them, a non-bearing match for them. Just to provide context.
So, just 23.
Just 23. Just still the third best scorer of the league. And we're tied again as Pasa finds a spot. It's not all about strength. She is strong, but here's that feathery touch of hers, clipping the line.
And again, how quickly Creamline has equalized his game. Oh, good save.
Gia reverses to Yellow, and Yellow gives them the lead.
You know, she's feeling it. Whenever you see her score, that celebration after, talking about Basa, really, that's what I'm saying. More than the numbers, it's how you bring your team, it's how you inspire your team.
10-9.
Good serve.
Easy take for Atienza. Panaga naman ng binigyan. This is out though. The coaching staff of Creamline looking to challenge here. I don't know if they're going to challenge ball in or out or a block touch, a net touch.
Well, I was looking at Pangs Panaga after that. She was sure there was a violation.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
Well, Pangs, we have a solution.
Challenge.
Creamline Cool Smashers ahead by 10, ahead by 9, ahead by 2 sets to love.
Haven't seen a challenge in a while.
Yeah, because the second set was dominated pretty much by Creamline. 2 challenges in the first set. A tight set we had until Creamline decided to put the hammer down, so to speak. Let's see if there was a violation. None?
None.
So that will be Petro Gazz point. Yep.
Clean. It was clean.
So Coach Sherwin loses one. 17 years in Adamson University.
Wow, I mean,
His whole life of grade school, high school, playing in college as a setter until 99, if I'm not mistaken, and then coaching for Adamson.
yeah.
So 17 yun, tuloy-tuloy.
I think that's the norm in Adamson. Remember, Coach Dulce stayed for so long, like 50 years or something like that.
Nice kill there by Yellow.
What a kill. I mean, she didn't get her perfect approach, but still the same. result.
13 points for the Turkish guest player.
Better serve from Panaga.
Aiza again going for her favorite angle.
And why not? She has been successful targeting those.
Third set, 11 all. Gia bump sets it to Yellow on the other side.
Oh, good cover.
Cheng running by MJ.
Oh,
They have to activate her. They have to activate the middles just for additional confusion on that defense.
I agree. And they needed that from MJ Phillips.
Open spot 2. 12-11. Good first ball. Gia back to Eliza. Milo was there. Mali yung set ano.
It was too near the net. Eliza Valdez, you saw her hands, the position she was squared. You see the slow-mo, there's only one position or one spot wherein MJ could have pushed it through and Valdez just covered that.
Yeah, and Janelle's, she admitted it right away with her reaction.
Yeah.
Set back. Petro clinging on to a 1-point lead, 13-12.
Well, they have to be happy with this 1-point lead. We keep saying because they're not the ones chasing, but the challenge right now for Petro Gazz is to sustain the lead.
Easy pickings for Lindsay. 2-point lead, 14-12. Coach Sherwin is going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Cool Smashers. Score 12, Creamline 14, Petro Gazz.
Hello, good serve. Good serve.
Wala nang problema yan, walang problema yan. Re-receive tayo, atake tayo, cover tayo. Ganun lang ulit. Oh. Pag mag-serve tayo, di mag-block. Simple lang. Wala na tayo ibang iisipin pa.
Papa coach.
Sed, salita, Sed.
Yes!
Let's go, let's go. Huwag tayo magantay, huwag tayo magantay. Hey, Creamline!
There you go, Coach Sherwin calling that timeout as they cannot seem to get over the hump. Petro Gazz has been able to protect the lead so far. Can they do it when it gets to the end of sets? That is the question now. 14-12, third set action, semifinals between Creamline and Petro Gazz. Single round robin for the 4 teams involved.
Well, that is the question, and that is the challenge, but you don't want to see service errors on the side of Petro Gazz.
And that's one of the purposes of a timeout.
Yeah. Good timeout, Coach Sherwin.
Lead is 1. 13 serving 14.
Good.
Wow. that wasn't intentional, but it looked good.
Same result. That's the result they wanted.
Over-received by Aiza. Janelle tried to tip it over, got blocked by Sed a little bit. And MJ, because of that flight of hers, able to put it away. Kyla. Galanza. Kyla again.
Oh,
Aiza with a dig. Dug by Yellow. Too high for Gemma. Smart by Janelle, but Eliza was there. And a miss hit by Sed. And it is Petro Gazz with the lead in the 2 technical timeouts here in set number 3. Got 300 pesos while enjoying NBA TV Philippines. Now more affordable at Signal Postpaid Plan 290 or Prepaid Load 300. Watch all the action. Extended until December 31, 2022. 16-13 is our score.
Well, Petro Gazz in a great position right now. I think this is the biggest lead of the team here in this match.
7-2 run. So little change here. Negrito will come back in. Tots Carlos will come back in. Yellow Basa and Gia will move out.
Well, the confidence Coach Sherwin has for Negrito and Tots Carlos. I mean,
this is the biggest lead of
Yeah.
Petro Gazz, by the way, in this match at 4.
oh, wow. Wow. Are you talking about instant offense? Tots Carlos.
Great.
Yeah.
That's a great block though by Lindsay, but just couldn't keep it
But.
in. Yep.
There's a but. And I was looking at the set. For me, it was pretty low, but Tots Carlos just like stepped on the gas and hit it off the blockers.
Lindsay in the middle, bounces out, gets the point back.
So if you're Petro Gazz, that's what you want. Play side-out volleyball. You have a 4-point lead. You know, you can do this all the way till you get to 25.
13 points on 12 attacks for Lindsay Fender Waide.
Still below her norm, though.
Lumusot, taken and saved by Petro Gazz. Tots in the middle this time. Wow. Showing variety. The MVP.
And the sub. Immediate substitution, the reverse substitution.
Did her job. Michelle did hers. Tots did hers. Negrito, of course.
I swear, you know, you feel for these players. They're just getting warmed up, and then that reverse sub, they go back to the bench.
They bring back Yellow Basa in front so that they can get more blocking.
Yeah.
But didn't even hit that point because Galanza puts it away. Lead is down to 2.
Well, Galanza just, you know, put it up top spin. Look at that. Hits it off the high hands there.
And obviously, De Guzman, one of the better servers. You need her there.
Good
Bang.
serve.
Yellow.
Getting you involved once again. That's a second touch for you.
Come on, I'm ready. Put me in, coach. 18-17 timeout. Petro Gazz.
Ganun pa rin eh. Pag hindi naman sakto, pag hinahabol-habol lang, hindi kayo mag-block na kalanganin. Kaya parama talaga. Ano ka ngayon? Mag-play for ka nga. At anong mangyari? Hindi, play for. Play for.
Sa akin yan, sa akin.
Sa gitna siya. Pushan natin.
Isang ko na lang.
I-play for natin. Pag walang hindi kayo mag-running, mag-B ka lang. Mag-itras pa rin si Lindsay.
Sige po. Kapit to, kapit to.
Go!
Here's the thing, Noreen. As sad as you and some of the fans are that they did the reverse sub right away, got a couple of points from Negrito and Tots just as they were warming up. They get subbed out, but they did their job, and that started the run. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point deficit. They brought back their #1 setter, and they brought back more blocking for Elise Basa in front. So, Coach Sherwin obviously knows the team better than anybody else. A very calculated move.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know that's the system. That's why when
Pero
they
as a fan, no? Parang,
Oh, eh.
she thought it.
But it did its part.
Oo,
really.
yun talaga
I
yung
agree.
trabaho eh, no?
Yeah.
Parang to spark a run. Gemma! Oh! Woo! A spectacular kill from Gemma Galanza.
And look at where she was. I mean, you can see the pin, you know, and she had only a few angles to work with, and she hits it off the blockers. How good is she?
4-0 run.
Another good one. Good pass as well.
Oh, nice answer there. A cannon served up by Van der Weide. Ah, this is what we like. The action heating up. The exchanges.
That's the cleanest hit so far, at least here in the middle part of the third set.
Problema, she goes back.
Yeah.
So let's see if Petro Gazz can hold the fort.
Tit for tat for both these foreign players.
Palma couldn't react right away. 19 all and a chance to go for the lead. But of course, Petro Gazz will go for side out.
Yeah.
They will be on offense. Van der Weide from the pin.
Oh, one-on-one block, but Van der Weide gets that.
15 points for her. Can they pull it off and extend this one?
And you can sense now that Cheng, she knows it's crunch time now. 2019, this is the closest they've been in this match. At this point of the set, she's going more to Van der Weide.
Quick bump pass. And MJ Phillips got it in the face.
Wow, that's gonna hurt.
Especially if it's like the bridge of the nose. Basa goes to the other side to apologize. Of course, nothing like that is intentional. She just had to power it through. And oh, it must have hit her eye then,
Yeah.
her contact.
I thought she was in saying, I got this, it's my pride that hurts more.
That too, I'm sure.
I hope she's okay, but she is a strong competitor.
Takes a while, yes, of course, to brush it off. Bounces to her right hand, then to her eye. Turns around right away. Play resumes. 20 all. Phil Cayetano is in to serve.
Oh, good pass.
Gets it back.
Oh.
That's out though. And they take over the lead for the first time in set number 3. They're going to challenge it.
Ball in, ball out.
Challenge number 2 by the Petro Gazz Angels. Block touch.
Their second challenge, it's a block touch.
Block touch.
Second
Okay.
challenge of the set. Very crucial. Obviously a very crucial part of this match. Petro Gazz trying to extend in their first game in the semifinals, where we play one round for all the 4 riders of the semifinal bus. Malayo.
And we actually didn't see it really go out. I mean, that's why you would ask yourself, she's so successful going cross, but she went down the line and then the snap wasn't there.
Maybe Coach Raul was just using the challenge to kind of halt some sort of momentum too.
Could be.
Again. Pineda. Back to Isa. This time, nobody in front of her. And she buries that one.
She made it seem like it was hitting practice there.
Walang sumabay.
Wala. Perfect set.
21 all. Nice pickup.
Yeah.
Van der Weide keeps it alive. A rainbow free ball. Gia, back set.
Oh!
That is it! Long kill from the Turkish delight.
You know, that's just great setting for you. Really, Gia de Guzman using or spreading out her offense, making the blockers work double time, covering the court.
Serving for the Cool Smashers.
Cheng, MJ! 22 all. Phillips with 11 points today.
Although that is an important kill for Petro Gazz, really keeping in step with Creamline here in the third set.
Gusto kong matchup.
Oo.
Domingo Phillips dun sa gitna eh. Valdez, Phillips sends it back. Basa adjusts. A chance to take the lead here. They go to Lindsay on a quick, faster, not quick, but a faster set to Lindsay.
Yeah, that's just a smart drop, just finding that hole in Creamline's defense.
23-22, Petro Gazz.
Gitna, 1. Hindi mo na kailangan tumake na. Kasi bakit? Kasi nandito naman si Ken. Si Sedyan, panigurado kukunin niya. Ha? Kahit kanina pwede yan. Kasi eliminate na agad yun nandun eh.
Yes, coach.
Diba? Dalawa. O pag nasa kabila, kailangan talaga natin mag-block, mag-depensa.
Hey, Creamline!
Coach Sherwin doesn't want this to go to a fourth set. Coach Rao is hoping for that.
And the fans of Petro Gazz.
Of course. Right behind us here, red section.
Well, all-important serve from Maida Pablo.
Set. Oh, what a sorry touch on the net by Petro Gazz. I think it was MJ.
Yeah. Again, you know, wasted opportunity because the dig was there.
23 all.
Good pass.
Atienza will dig past it to Gemma. Gets it through the block. Pineda with a free ball to set. And match point for Creamline.
You know, Seth Domingo is really displaying how a champion thinks like. At the net, you go for it.
9 points for her. Look at that rally again. So as Coach Raul with the timeout.
Tumaangat yung kay Lindsay sa counter. Tagayin nyo lang yung block, wala nang gigil. Kasi hindi sila mag-alagay-lagay. Pero ipasahan nyo muna ngayon.
Establish mo yung block.
Isahan.
Petro Gazz Angels!
Rachel Takis, ilan blocks ang makukuha ng reinforcements ng Creamline and Petro? Yan ang kanyang tanong sa ating PVL Asks. DJ, knowing the stakes of the game, imports will give their all. I expect Basa and Lindsay to tally 3 to 5 blocks a game. We'll check the numbers later. I think Yellow Basa will have at least 2. Lindsay will have at least 3. More dominant at the net, she says. By the way, we are at match point. Elisa Valdez serving us up. Isa goes for it. Chance here for Creamline. Domingo.
Still alive.
Oh! And Creamline set number 3 to snatch it away from Petro Gazz.
Yeah, but this is the best set so far in the match. It's just sad for Petro Gazz that energy, that boost, that burst of energy came only in the third set.
Nagdalawang isip si Lindsay whether she was going to dig it back, maybe to her teammate.
Yeah.
Decisions that you have to make, split second, obviously. And they go down in their first semi-final match, which, again, this is just a single round robin, so yung makauna ay medyo may advantage, and that is the team that had a 7-1 preliminary record. 25-21, 25-20, 25-23 for the team that is seeking a Grand Slam. We'll take a break, and we will back to wrap this baby up. Three sets, a sweep by the Creamline Cool Smashers. The 2019 finals matchup, Creamline and Petro Gazz. But this one, Creamline really had a harder time in that, obviously in that third set, and had to come back. But they showed composure, and that turning point, you know, that double sub that that Coach Sherwin made, 2 points out of that double sub, and then all of a sudden, nag-iba yung momentum, ano? Bilis.
Well, that's obviously what their game plan is, and they've been following that. And what about this girl? What about this girl?
We've run out of you know, superlatives for De Guzman, who just made everybody happy today and made everybody eat, as they say. Gia De Guzman is our player of the match, and she is with Sam Corrales.
Yes, joining us now is our player of the game. We have amazing Gia De Guzman. First of all, congratulations. Unang panalo ninyo dito sa semis. Paano kayo nag-maintain ng composure, especially, you know, in the last few moments of that match, muntik pang makahabol ang Petro Gazz, Gia?
Well, everyone really went back to the basics. We know naghahabol kami nung third set, and sila coach did a great job also keeping the team composed. So we know naman na semis is going to be hard. Like, all teams naghahanda talaga. So every set, we know we have to fight for it. Pero as long as hindi pa nag-25, kaya pa namin humabol.
And we're back to the start here in the semis. Gia, what did you learn together with your teammates in this match na makakatulong sa inyo in the next semi-final matchups?
We just need to level up our teamwork, our communication, and just like today, sobrang nagtulungan lang talaga kami to get this win.
Gia, before we go, any message to the fans who really came out to support you guys today, your family and friends as well?
We'd like to thank the Robisco family also for being here today and supporting us. Also to everybody, all of the supporters and fans of Creamline and PVL. Thank you so much for coming today. I'd like to greet also my family, Morados, the Guzmans, Gus and Carlos family. Thank you so much, and hello also to Miguel.
Love it. So much love in the air. Thank you so much, Gia, for your time. Congratulations to you and the Cool Smashers.
Thank you, Sam, and congratulations, Gia. Congratulations to Creamline, off to a firing start in the semifinals. Let's look at some of the sequences here between them and the Petro Gazz Angels, and you'll see why Noreen chose her as the player of the game.
Well, we were talking about how she has been, like you were saying, how she's been feeding her teammates, making them feel good, making them look good. Really, she found the sweet spots of her teammates, which is not an easy task or easy feat for any setter. But she's doing that, and you know, with so much love, so much passion. That's why Creamline is in their position. We kept saying it in the entire match. They always had an answer to Petro Gazz, and the third set, although closer, could have gone Petro Gazz's way, was no different, and that's why Creamline is where they are right now.
Two big moments in the game, the 15 all in the first set, and Gia started serving, loaded serves, and they made a 6-0 run for that separation. Nakauna sila in that first set. And then the third set, when they were behind by 3 or 4 points, double substitution, Tots Carlos, Negrito came in, couple of points right away, and that just woke them up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they took over the lead and finished off their reinforced conference rivals, kasi yun yung kanilang rivalry ng 2019 kung saan nanalo ang Petro Gazz in the finals against the Creamline Cool Smashers. So, not only did they win today, they win in the preliminary match. So far, Petro Gazz has no answer yet for Creamline in this reinforced conference. Let's look at some numbers also after all of these highlights. By the way, so many players contributed here para sa Creamline, but look at the #1 attacking team living up to their reputation.
I mean, 53-39 in 3 sets. That's a lot for Creamline. Again, using that to their advantage. But yeah, Petro Gazz used their blocking, that 8-5. But look at the aces. Obviously, the serving of Creamline today was tough, giving huge problems to Petro Gazz, paving the way for the setting up of plays, being hard for Petro Gazz. Opponents' errors, very typical Creamline, more opponents' errors. But yeah, I mean, they started out really strong. Good start for Creamline in the semifinals. Petro Gazz back to the drawing board. You got to win your next 2 games if you want to make it to the finals.
That's right. And the great news for all the fans, that's only game #1 for your Thursday semifinal doubleheader. It is Signal HD Spikers coming up next against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. That will happen at around 5:30 here at the Phil Sports Arena. So that's going to be a doozy. We're going to be sitting and watching, and for those of you who are watching on TV, wait up for that, because we feel that's going to be ultra competitive between the 2 teams. Do you have any okay, never mind. I will let you go already, Noreen. In behalf of Noreen Go and Sam Corrales, I'm Boom Gonzalez. Stay tuned for more of the PVL right here on One Sports.